Whoa, whoa. Just people come together, and for the world is troubled, and living ain't easy. The world is troubled. You've got to believe me. The world is troubled, and living ain't easy. The whole world is in trouble. You've got to believe me. That's the way all evil's fail. Don't play a hero, you'll end down in hell. You've got your troubles and I've got mine. Let's work together to make things fine. We gotta be sure of all the things we do. Preserve our lives being pure and true. The things we feel and see we're meant to be is that fulfillment of prophecy. The world is just trouble, and living ain't easy. The world is trouble. You've got to believe me. Yes, the world is trouble, and living ain't easy. The whole world is in trouble. You've got to believe me.
and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man, whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man, and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with God. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth also was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, The end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark of gopher wood. Rooms shalt thou make in the ark, and shalt pitch it within and without with pitch. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make it of. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. A window shalt thou make to the ark, and in a cubit shalt thou finish it above. And the door of the ark shalt thou set in the side thereof, with lower, second, and third stories shalt thou make it. And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth, to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life, from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. But with thee will I establish my covenant. And thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons and thy wife, and thy sons' wives with thee. And of every living thing of all flesh 2 of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female. Of fowls after their kind, and of cattle after their kind, of every creeping thing of the earth after his kind, 2 of every sort shall come unto thee, to keep them alive. And take thou unto thee of all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee and for them. Thus did Noah, according to all that God commanded him, so did. Chapter 7. And the Lord said unto Noah, Come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by 7s, the male and his female, and of beasts that are not clean by 2, the male and his female. Of fowls also of the air by 7s, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. And Noah did according unto all that the Lord commanded him. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. And Noah went in, and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him into the ark, because of the waters of the flood. Of clean beasts, and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls, and of everything that creepeth upon the earth, there went in 2 and 2 unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female, as God had commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened, and the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. In the selfsame day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with them, into the ark. They and every beast after his kind, all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort. And they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. And they that went in male and female of all flesh, as God had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased, and bare up the ark, and it was lift up above the earth, and the waters prevailed, and were increased greatly upon the earth. And the ark went upon the face of the waters, and the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered, and all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle and of beast and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land, died. And every living substance was destroyed which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle, and the creeping things, and the fowl of the heaven, and they were destroyed from the earth. And Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. And waters prevailed upon the earth 150. Chapter 8. And God remembered Noah, and every living thing, and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged. The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained. And the waters returned from off the earth continually, and after the end of the 150 days the waters were abated. And the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat. And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the 1st day of the month, were the tops of the mountains seen. And it came to pass, at the end of 40 days, that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made, and he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up from off the earth. Also he sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground. But the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned unto him into the ark, for the waters were on the face of the whole earth. Then he put forth his hand, and took her, and pulled her in unto him into the ark. And he stayed yet other 7 days, and again he sent forth the dove out of the ark. And the dove came in to him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. So Noah knew that the waters were abated from off the earth. And he stayed yet other 7 days, and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him any more. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the 1st month, the 1st day of the month, the waters were dried up from off the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. And in the 2nd month, on the 27th day of the month, was the earth dried. And God spake unto Noah, saying, Go forth of the ark, thou and thy wife and thy sons wives with thee. Bring forth with thee every living thing that is with thee, of all flesh, both of fowl and of cattle, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful, and multiply upon the earth. And Noah went forth, and his sons and his wife, and his sons' wives with him, every beast, every creeping thing, and every fowl, and whatsoever creepeth upon the earth, after their kinds, went forth out of the ark. And Noah builded an altar unto the Lord, and took of every clean beast, and of every clean fowl, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And the Lord smelled a sweet savor, and the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground any more for man's sake, for the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth, neither will I again smite any more everything living as I have done. While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not. Chapter 9. And God blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, Be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand are they delivered. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, even as the green herb have I given you all things. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it, and at the hand of man. At the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of God made he man. And you be ye fruitful, and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth, and multiply therein. And God spake unto Noah, and to his sons with him, saying, And I, behold, I establish my covenant with you, and with your seed after you, and with every living creature that is with you, of the fowl, of the cattle, and of every beast of the earth with you, from all that go out of the ark to every beast of the earth. And I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood, neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, This is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations. I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. And it shall come to pass, when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud, and I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. And the waters shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, This is the token of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem, and Ham, and Japheth. And Ham is the father of Canaan. These are the 3 sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. And Noah began to be an husbandman, and he planted a vineyard, and he drank of the wine, and was drunken. And he was uncovered within his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his 2 brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment, and laid it upon both their shoulders, and went backward, and covered the nakedness of their father, and their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness. And Noah awoke from his wine, and knew what his younger son had done unto him. And he said,
Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren.
And he said,
Blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. God shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant.
And Noah lived after the flood 350 years. In all the days of Noah were 950 years, and Chapter 10. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshech, and Tyrus. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, and Riphath, and Togarmah. And the sons of Javan, Elisha, and Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands, every one after his tongue, after their families in their nations. And the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim, and Phut, and Canaan. And the sons of Cush, Seba, and Havilah, and Sabta, and Reamah, and Sabtika. And the sons of Reamah, Sheba, and Dedan. And Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod the mighty hunter before the Lord. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and Erech, and Akkad, and Calne, in the land of Shinar. Out of that land went forth Ashur, and builded Nineveh, and the city Rehoboth, and Keilah. And Resen, between Nineveh and Keilah, the same is a great city. And Mizraim begat Ludim, and Anamim, and Luchebim, and Naphtuhim, and Pathrusim, and Casluhim, out of whom came Philistim, and Caphtorim. And Canaan begat Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, and the Jebusite, and the Amorite, and the Girgashite, and the Hivite, and the Archite, and the Sinite, and the Arvadite, and the Zemarite, and the Hamathite, and afterward were the families of the Canaanites spread abroad. And the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon, as thou comest to Gerar, unto Gaza, as thou goest unto Sodom and Gomorrah, and Admah, and Zeboim, even unto Lesha. These are the sons of Ham, after their families, after their tongues, in their countries, and in their nations. Unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth, the elder, even to him were children born. The children of Shem, Elam, and Ashur, and Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram. And the children of Aram, Uz, and Hul, and Gether, and Mash. And Arphaxad begat Selah, and Selah begat Eber. And unto Eber were born 2 sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days was the earth divided, and his brother's name was Joktan. And Joktan begat Almodad, and Sheleph, and Hazar-Maveth, and Jirah, and Hadoram, and Uzal, and Diklah, and Obal, and Abimael, and Sheba, and Ophir, and Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the sons of Joktan. And their dwelling was from Misha, as thou goest unto Sephar, a mount of the east. These are the sons of Shem, after their families, after their tongues, in their lands, after their nations. These are the families of the sons of Noah, after their generations, in their nations. And by these were the nations divided in the earth. Chapter 11. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another,
Go to, let us make brick, and burn them throughly.
And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said,
Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven. And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth.
And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth. And from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. These are the generations of Shem. Shem was 100 years old, and begat Arphaxad 2 years after the flood. And Shem lived after he begat Arphaxad 500 years, and begat sons and daughters. And Arphaxad lived 35 years, and begat Selah. And Arphaxad lived after he begat Selah 403 years, and begat sons and daughters. And Selah lived 30 years, and begat Eber. And Selah lived after he begat Eber 403 years, and begat sons and daughters. And Eber lived 34 years, and begat Peleg. And Eber lived after he begat Peleg 430 years, and begat sons and daughters. And Peleg lived 30 years, and begat Reu. And Peleg lived after he begat Reu 209 years, and begat sons and daughters. And Reu lived 32 years, and begat Serug. And Reu lived after he begat Serug 207 years, and begat sons and daughters. And Serug lived 30 years, and begat Nahor. And Serug lived after he begat Nahor 200 years, and begat sons and daughters. And Nahor lived 29 years, and begat Terah. And Nahor lived after he begat Terah 119 years, and begat sons and daughters. And Terah lived 70 years, and begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Now these are the generations of Terah. Terah begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran begat Lot. And Haran died before his father Terah in the land of his nativity, in Ur of the Chaldees. And Abram and Nahor took them wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife, Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah, and the father of Iscah. But Sarai was barren, she had no child. And Terah took Abram his son, and Lot the son of Haran, his son's son, and Sarai his daughter-in-law, his son Abram's wife, and they went forth with them from Ur of the Chaldees to go into the land of Canaan. And they came unto Haran, and dwelt there. And the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died. Chapter 12. Now the Lord had said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will shew thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. So Abram departed, as the Lord had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. And Abram took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their substance that they had gathered, and the souls that they had gotten in Haran, and they went forth to go into the land of Canaan. And into the land of Canaan they came. And Abram passed through the land unto the place of Sichem, unto the plain of Moreh, and the Canaanite was then in the land. And the Lord appeared unto Abram, and said, Unto thy seed will I give this land. And there builded he an altar unto the Lord, who appeared unto him. And he removed from thence unto a mountain on the east of Bethel, and pitched his tent, having Bethel on the west, and Hai on the east. And there he builded an altar unto the Lord, and called upon the name of the Lord. And Abram journeyed, going on still toward the south. And there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down into Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was grievous in the land. And it came to pass, when he was come near to enter into Egypt, that he said unto Sarai his wife,
Behold now, I know that thou art a fair woman to look upon. Therefore it shall come to pass, when the Egyptians shall see thee, that they shall say, This is his wife, and they will kill me, but they will save thee alive. Say, I pray thee, thou art my sister, that it may be well with me for thy sake, and my soul shall live because of thee.
And it came to pass that when Abram was come into Egypt, the Egyptians beheld a woman that she was very fair. The princes also of Pharaoh saw her, and commended her before Pharaoh. And the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house. And he entreated Abram well for her sake. And he had sheep and oxen, and he asses and menservants and maidservants, and she asses and camels. And the Lord plagued Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abram's wife. And Pharaoh called Abram, and said,
What is this that thou hast done unto me? Why didst thou not tell me that she was thy wife? Why saidst thou, She is my sister? So I might have taken her to me to wife. Now, therefore, behold thy wife, take her, and go thy way.
And Pharaoh commanded his men concerning him, and they sent him away, and his wife, and all. Chapter 13. And Abram went up out of Egypt, he and his wife, and all that he had, and Lot with him, into the south. And Abram was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold. And he went on his journeys from the south even to Bethel, unto the place where his tent had been at the beginning, between Bethel and Hai, unto the place of the altar which he had made there at the first. And there Abram called on the name of the Lord. And Lot also, which went with Abram, had flocks and herds and tents. And the land was not able to bear them, that they might dwell together, for their substance was great, so that they could not dwell together. And there was a strife between the herdmen of Abram's cattle and the herdmen of Lot's cattle. And the Canaanite and the Perizzite dwelled then in the land. And Abram said unto Lot,
Let there be no strife, I pray thee, between me and thee, and between my herdmen and thy herdmen, for we be brethren. Is not the whole land before thee? Separate thyself, I pray thee, from me. If thou wilt take the left hand, then I will go to the right. Or if thou depart to the right hand, then I will go to the left.
And Lot lifted up his eyes, and beheld all the plain of Jordan, that it was well watered everywhere, before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, even as the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, as thou comest unto Zoar. Then Lot chose him all the plain of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east, and they separated themselves the one from the other. Abram dwelled in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelled in the cities of the plain, and pitched his tent toward Sodom. But the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before the Lord exceedingly. And the Lord said unto Abram, after that Lot was separated from him, Lift up now thine eyes, and look from the place where thou art northward, and southward, and eastward, and westward. For all the land which thou seest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed forever. And I will make thy seed as the dust of the earth, so that if a man can number the dust of the earth, then shall thy seed also be numbered. Arise, walk through the land in the length of it, and in the breadth of it, for I will give it unto thee. Then Abram removed his tent, and came and dwelt in the plain of Mamre, which is in Hebron, and built there an altar. Chapter 14. And it came to pass in the days of Amraphel, king of Shinar, Arioch, king of Elasar, Kedorlaomer, king of Elam, and Tidal, king of nations, that these made war with Bera, king of Sodom, and with Birsha, king of Gomorrah, Shinab, king of Admah, and Shemeber, king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, which is Zoar. All these were joined together in the vale of Siddim, which is the Salt Sea. 12 years they served Kedorlaomer, and in the 13th year they rebelled. And in the 14th year came Kedorlaomer and the kings that were with him, and smote the Rephaims in Ashtaroth Karnaim, and the Zuzims in Han, and the Emims in Shavi Kiriathaim, and the Horites in their Mount Seir unto El Paran, which is by the wilderness. And they returned and came to En-Mishpat, which is Kadesh, and smote all the country of the Amalekites, and also the Amorites that dwelt in Hazazon Tamar. And there went out the king of Sodom, and the king of Gomorrah, and the king of Admah, and the king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, the same as Zoar, and they joined battle with them in the vale of Siddim, with Kedorlaomer, the king of Elam, and with Tidal, king of nations, and Amraphel, king of Shinar, and Arioch, king of Elasar, 4 kings with 5. And the vale of Siddim was full of slime pits, and the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fled and fell there, and they that remained fled to the mountain. And they took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah, and all their victuals, and went their way. And they took Lot, Abram's brother's son, who dwelt in Sodom, and his goods, and departed. And there came one that had escaped, and told Abram the Hebrew, for he dwelt in the plain of Mamre, the Amorite, brother of Eshcol, and brother of Aner, and these were confederate with Abram. And when Abram heard that his brother was taken captive, he armed his trained servants, born in his own house, 318, and pursued them unto Dan. And he divided himself against them, he and his servants, by night, and smote them, and pursued them unto Hobah, which is on the left hand of Damascus. And he brought back all the goods, and also brought again his brother Lot, and his goods, and the women also, and the people. And the king of Sodom went out to meet him after his return from the slaughter of Kedorlaomer, and of the kings that were with him, at the valley of Shavi, which is the king's dale. And Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High God. And he blessed him, and said,
Blessed be Abraham of the Most High God, possessor of heaven and earth, and blessed be the Most High God, who has delivered thine enemies into thy hand.
And he gave him tithes of all. And the king of Sodom said unto Abram,
Give me the persons, and take the goods to thyself.
And Abram said to the king of Sodom,
I have lifted up mine hand unto the Lord, the Most High God, the possessor of heaven and earth, that I will not take from a thread even to a shoe latchet, and that I will not take anything that is thine, lest thou shouldest say, I have made Abram rich, save only that which the young men have eaten, and the portion of the men which went with me, Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre. Let them...
Chapter 15. After these things the word of the Lord came unto Abram in a vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am thy shield, and thy exceeding great reward. And Abram said,
Lord God, what wilt thou give me, seeing I go childless, and the steward of my house is this Eliezer of Damascus?
And Abram said,
Behold, to me thou hast given no seed, and lo, one born in my house is mine heir.
And behold, the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, This shall not be thine heir, but he that shall come forth out of thine own bowels shall be thine heir. And he brought him forth abroad, and said, Look now towards heaven, and tell the stars, if thou be able to number them. And he said unto him, So shall thy seed be. And he believed in the Lord, and he counted it to him for righteousness. And he said unto him, I am the Lord that brought thee out of Ur of the Chaldees, to give thee this land to inherit it. And he said,
Lord God, whereby shall I know that I shall inherit it?
And he said unto him, Take me an heifer of 3 years old, and a she-goat of 3 years old, and a ram of 3 years old, and a turtle-dove, and a young pigeon. And he took unto him all these, and divided them in the midst, and laid each piece one against another. But the birds divided he not. And when the fowls came down upon the carcasses, Abram drove them away. And when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and lo, an horror of great darkness fell upon him. And he said unto Abram, Know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance. And thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace, thou shalt be buried in a good old age. But in the 4th generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. And it came to pass that when the sun went down, and it was dark, behold, a smoking furnace, and a burning lamp that passed between those pieces. In the same day the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying, Unto thy seed have I given this land, from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates. The Kenites, and the Kenizzites, and the Kadmonites, and the Hittites, and the Perizzites, and the Rephaims, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Girgashites, and the... Chapter 16. Now Sarai, Abram's wife, bare him no children, and she had an handmaid, an Egyptian, whose name was Hagar. And Sarai said unto Abram,
Behold now, the Lord hath restrained me from bearing. I pray thee, go in unto my maid. It may be that I may obtain children by her.
And Abram hearkened to the voice of Sarai. And Sarai, Abram's wife, took Hagar, her maid, the Egyptian, after Abram had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan, and gave her to her husband Abram to be his wife. And he went in unto Hagar, and she conceived. And when she saw that she had conceived, her mistress was despised in her eyes. And Sarai said unto Abram,
My wrong be upon thee. I have given my maid into thy bosom. And when she saw that she had conceived, I was despised in her eyes. The Lord judge between me and thee.
But Abram said unto Sarai,
Behold, thy maid is in thy hand. Do to her as it pleaseth thee.
And when Sarai dealt hardly with her, she fled from her face. And the angel of the Lord found her by a fountain of water in the wilderness, by the fountain in the way to Shur. And he said, Hagar, Sarai's maid, whence camest thou, and whither wilt thou go? And she said, I flee from the face of my mistress Sarai. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, Return to thy mistress, and submit thyself under her hands. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, I will multiply thy seed exceedingly, that it shall not be numbered for multitude. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, Behold, thou art with child, and shalt bear a son, and shalt call his name Ishmael, because the Lord hath heard thy affliction. And he will be a wild man. His hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him. And he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren. And she called the name of the Lord that spake unto her, Thou God seest me. For she said,
Have I also here looked after him that seeth me?
Wherefore the well was called Bir Le Hairoi, Behold, it is between Kadesh and Bered. And Hagar bare Abram a son, and Abram called his son's name, which Hagar bare, Ishmael. And Abram was 86 years old when Hagar bare Ishmael. Chapter 17. And when Abram was 90 years old and 9, the Lord appeared to Abram, and said unto him, I am the Almighty God. Walk before me, and be thou perfect. And I will make my covenant between me and thee, and will multiply thee exceedingly. And Abram fell on his face, and God talked with him, saying, As for me, behold, my covenant is with thee, and thou shalt be a father of many nations. Neither shall thy name any more be called Abram, but thy name shall be Abraham. For a father of many nations have I made thee. And I will make thee exceeding fruitful, and I will make nations of thee, and kings shall come out of thee. And I will establish my covenant between me and thee and thy seed after thee in their generations, for an everlasting covenant, to be a God unto thee, and to thy seed after thee. And I will give unto thee and to thy seed after thee the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan, for an everlasting possession, and I will be their God. And God said unto Abraham, Thou shalt keep my covenant, therefore, thou and thy seed after thee in their generations. This is my covenant, which ye shall keep between me and you and thy seed after thee. Every man-child among you shall be circumcised, and ye shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin. And it shall be a token of the covenant betwixt me and you. And he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you, every man-child in your generations, he that is born in the house or bought with money of any stranger which is not of thy seed. He that is born in thy house, and he that is bought with thy money, must needs be circumcised. And my covenant shall be in your flesh for an everlasting covenant. And the uncircumcised man-child whose flesh of his foreskin is not circumcised, that soul shall be cut off from his people. He hath broken my covenant. And God said unto Abraham, As for Sarai thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarai, but Sarah shall her name be. And I will bless her, and give thee a son also of her. Yea, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations. Kings of people shall be of her. Then Abraham fell upon his face and laughed, and said in his heart,
Shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old? And shall Sarah, that is 90 years old, bear?
And Abraham said unto God,
Oh, that Ishmael might live before thee.
And God said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac. And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him. And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear unto thee at this set time in the next year. And he left off.
Wouldn't like to be there. No, I number. It's a peculiar number. Kind of people. There is no speech or language where their voice is not heard. No. Day after day uttered speech, night after night show with knowledge. And let me tell you now, I would like to be there. I would like to be, yeah, in this number. It's a peculiar number. Kind of people in this number. It's a peculiar number. Kind of people. 144,000. These are they that were sealed with the seal of the living God. These are they who have been through great tribulation. That's why I'm telling you, I would like to be there. Yeah, I would like to be, yeah, in this number.
Yes, greetings with the radio. We just bring you some scripture, some Bible, a dear thing, European man thing. Unfortunately, us Africans, we seem to lap it up. But I ask people a question and I'm supposed to do some homework. Who is it that is speaking on God's behalf? Why isn't God or the Archangel Gabriel alayhi salam speaking, telling the story, telling the prophecy, revealing? This is our paganism. What has been written, was written of paganism, or so it is. This is what Shakespeare, Keats, and all of them, this is how them wrote things. I'm not just saying that to say that these are the people who wrote it. I'm saying if you know anything about British literature, from those great two individuals that I just mentioned, you will notice it's something fishy, very fishy. So you can, for me now, and a lot of us that's read the Quran and reads the Quran, even in English, you get to understand, say, listen here, them people that trick we a long time, right? And nobody can tell you, really. I mean, they will try to say something, but that Genesis, what you have just heard, I am sure people say, yo, something wrong there, you know. How come the person said that God did a come or God is coming? It never said, I God, you know. Because there's someone speaking something to make you feel, say, them have something from God, right? That's the tricky fighting that the English is good at. Yes, that's the tricky things they're good at within English literature. I tell you. And if you never know, you know. No, and if you don't want to believe me, just go read, right? And all of us as African Caribbean people and British blacks that say you're Christian, read. Yo, read. Read for yourself. And read with an open mind. Don't bother say, yo, you see that man there? That man's a pagan, this, that, and the other. But enough of that now, because we're going to come straight up to Jacob. We'll come straight up to Jacob and a mother who tricked her husband and deceive one of her children for the husband to give, the father of the boy to give his blessing to him. Huh? A lot of, listen here. So you see how lay people behave and people who don't have morals behave, it's come from them teaching there. And I'm not attributing them teaching there or those guidance or them story to God, you know, or any prophets. You understand? And all this thing called pedophile and everything. Yo, there's so many things. But now let's cast our minds now on what has taken place in the world right here now. 75 years, people are capture land and ill-treat the Palestinian people and the whole world of supremacists. Those who put them there and those who have so much control of military and so on says nothing. Those who say that there are the custodians, if you like, of human rights and dignity and values and so forth. And those who also set up the International Criminal Court, that none of them are the people, the citizens and the generals and whoever, none of them are sent there. I think it's either 7 or 5 or 7 of them who is the ruling bodies in the United Nations, and them run things. And the rest of things that are run is that the people of color, and the major one is us, the African, the black skin peoples, the dark skin peoples, the people of the ground, the land people, were abused, victimized, racism, traumatized, misused, abused, captured and put in slavery and bondage, etc., etc. And when you listen to them, to what I've played, and you read the book, you see that this is being something after Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel. This is something that man seems to be practicing. A lie. A lie. Listen, the people that make God seem to be like a man, and them talk about God did, moving God into something like, and God's heart has hurt and everything. Which heart? What's he talking about? And then God come down and walk. Right? So if God said somewhere little more in the same book, coming up to the same chapter, right, the Genesis, that no one can see him and live. So earlier, like now, him not say that. But little more now, I'm going to come and say, yo, you can't see me and live, you know. And you must not worship anything on the earth, beneath the earth, in the sea, or above. So you see the thing get not confused, but somebody lost. Somebody lost because they never expect people them to have sense. And when you have this so-called, well, when you have this religious thing over your head like a halo, like there was a program called The Saint. And then there's a round thing that them call a halo come on top of him head. The Saint. You understand? When people have this sense of wanting to belong, them not check anything, They don't cross-reference. Listen here. They just take it. And people say that one of the main thing that they want in their life, is to walk with God. So now, by the time Paul comes now, and this New Testament, them start talk that way. So everybody is fixated with this Jesus. They want Jesus next to themselves. They want walk with Jesus. They want talk with Jesus. They want hug up Jesus, kiss Jesus, everything. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, Seriously. But when you take all of that doings and say that Jesus is God, now it begs you to wonder. Early up in the book, the Genesis, was that God? Is that a God that got demoted when this Jesus come on the scene? 'Cause if that God is responsible, that Genesis God is responsible for everything, how is it that him get demoted and no one can see him and live? Not him, but God and live. But then God get demoted when Jesus come on the scene. And people work with the Jesus and not with the God, because them not talk about God, Them are talk about Jesus this and Jesus that and everything, but them don't tell you anything that Jesus have said. Because it's Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and Paul that is saying that Jesus, whoever this Jesus is, I've said this, that, or did. And not even said that he did, and how much he's loved, and all these things. They're saying things that's supposed to be attributed to this Jesus that they're speaking of. When you listen carefully, you don't hear God, But soon as them finish the thing, the people them who are talk or preach, they're telling you so that a God that them are dealing with, because they keep use a term, Lord. The Lord said this and the Lord said that, right? And then little more now, you get all the black people, they must say that they are saved through the blood of Jesus and amen and hallelujah and everything else. So the fixation takes over, not rational and not education. Not rational or education. And people don't stick back and say, yeah, hold on a minute. Pastor, I cannot move any further. You're not giving us the word of God. You're talking the word of man. And you're inflating it by trying to say that it is God. How did you transfer God into Jesus? If it is God who gave Mary a child, or told her about a child, when he's saying that through him angel, are you saying that he prepared himself to be incarnate into her womb and come here? And that them are implying, But up here in Genesis, God keep coming down and walking with whomsoever. Because all of a sudden, he's talking to Noah. He might come with Noah. Him come down and walk with Abraham. Listen here. And when he come with Noah, he must say, him not like, oh man, I go on with. So instead of teaching them, he say, watch me, a flood went out. People that try to say that him flood the earth. So if God did flood the earth, the mission wasn't successful because the people went and do more vicious things and bad things. Because sodomy comes. Quick up, sharp, And people are fight people and take off land. So you should try and recognize that it was an area that got flooded. It was an area. It wasn't the earth, the whole world. It was an area. Because if it was a whole world, you know the offset of the God they're talking there, it's not that God in this book that is being told by these European people. He's not sure what is happening. He contradicts himself and find it very difficult to execute. But willing is willing to get rid of people. But he also give people a chance. He does. He give a chance. But he's not patient. Because he give a chance, well then again I can't see that because we never know how long this chance that is given them, how long that was. And then when these people are talking, they always talking 90 and 6 years and so forth. We cannot attribute that talking, that measurement, to our measurement. How is it that them use the word age? And not go so. This is these people saying they're updating things. Where they get that from? I mean, Noah, Adam come here and say what? This is a day, and this is a week, and this is a month. No, people, please relax on the mind. So much confusion in that. So much. And if the world never had all of the amenities that we seem to be in love with and have so much joy with, what was it that they were eating, that they were living? The life expectancy was over 100 years. We can't get past 40. And some countries is less than in this alleged modern world. Yo, please, Almighty God, come back for your earth. Come back. Yo, reform us. I mean the real God. Come reform we. Cleanse the place. And if I'm one of those that have to die, yes, man, me ready. Because something, it doesn't add up. Doesn't add up. So we want people them who so prejudiced and racist and don't read to try understand that when it comes to Africa and Africans, we're the Semites. So there's nothing there to be worried about or concerned about. When it comes to Al-Quds, when it comes to justice and injustice, please look. If you never looked before, look now. And capital, Hamas, is the government, is a political party. And are them who is running the politics. Like you have liberal, Labour, and conservative here. Them use the propaganda nonsense talking and tell you also that Hamas is terrorists because Hamas are young. When they came into politics, it was like the ANC, young, non-apologetic. So they mark them as villains, America and England. And then Tutus, this word, them start use, terror, terrorists, And you all know the rest because they stamped the authorities on this thing and Muslims with 9/11. Then them say, the Americans, the axis of evil. So there's an area there where the propaganda and where all these dogma and these extravagant words have been used. But through paper, the multimedia, it stained the Muslims. It stained us. But with 9/11 and 6 months thereafter, the European countries could not believe how their citizens, their population, acted and reacted. The people them investigated Al-Quran. And many, many thousands embraced Al-Islam on their own mission, not on some persons, them pushing them and giving them money to help prop up their football team or rugby team or whatever it is. And here in England and America, the major population numbers were females, women, females, under no compulsion. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is doing. 6 months thereafter, 9/11, even though the people them go to Afghanistan and do what them a do, and them go to Iraq and do what them a do, and try to make the whole world see say that Islam, because they say, we know that some of you are good, but you are evil, and the man call us the axis of evil. So on one side of them mouth, them say they're good Muslims out there who are going after the wicked and terrible one. And this person here, which was trained by them, and he's been the most barbaric, because I'm sure him cards ever so often, right? He talks like that too. Some weeks ago, I'm trying to tell the people them go that we somewhat, hey, over a year now. I say we African Caribbean people, especially here in Britain, we need to learn to cry. Yes, in public, we need to learn to cry. Can't just stand up there and things happen and we not cry. Cry! Because you see when them European Askanaki people them I say something, they start crying and them bobbing and weaving. And if that sentiment does not work, them start talk about Auschwitz. And if that start to work, then them go for the hardcore, and them go Holocaust. Or them start off saying that with whatever happened, them got a flashback of them grandmother or them grandfather. And we are told that we need to be quiet when we're talking about reparation, we're talking about slavery. It's been so long ago. And the greatest medical physicians in sociology and psychology and traumatic stress and mental trauma is in Europe. And a great number of them reside here in England. They belong here. That study. And it's constantly being added to, not being subtracted from. Added to. Because we have post-traumatic stress. And in the medical fraternity, that is there. And we have Second World War people still living that have those medical conditions, let alone those who are in America from Vietnam and those who were in Desert Storm. But because we are this color, we are told by some young transitional people that we need to be quiet. And then them get some sellout to sit up there on the morning programs and the afternoons on the radio and everything that says, oh, I don't know what they're going on about, you know what I mean? It's been a long time. What do they know? And that's supposed to be a black not supposed to be, it's a black person, male and females. Like what they may hear David Lammy attack. David Lammy attack. I mean, brother, you're not going to get no more position. It's over for you. You understand? You turn your back upon your constituency. You turn your intellect upon your constituency. Yet the person that you knew and you fell in, and you was in love with, you lost her, so you can't do nothing there. The sister who lost her life that helped you stand up strong after you fell apart, she died at Grenfell. Why ain't you pushing that and keep your mouth closed? Because you're not helping. You don't help nothing. What happened to you? You have, listen here, you have the intellectual ability up there, law, and you have sensibility. And at this age of your life, what is it that you seem to be afraid of? I mean, I don't know if you're afraid, but they don't want you. Can't you get it? So what you try going with? They don't want you. They don't want you. Can't you see what happened to the other one? She push up herself till she unzip herself to her teeth and then dash her to the toilet. You still have some mileage. You understand? Me not being disrespectful enough. You have some have some mileage, but you can't take the whole black thing, the African thing, the Caribbean thing, and then put it there like this, and then you go talk about your support who? Where I mean, where you living? Does that have something to do with it? Or you want to say that you knew that Jeremy? No, stop it, man. You have too much, the sense that I know that you have. You mean you lost it? Yeah, our elders, yeah, including Bernie Grant and them, them going come and haunt your backside. Because, listen here, what day you try to show them how this country and these people, how they're misusing Africa? So you was just, what you was doing? You was just trying to revamp yourself? You come like a sound man star. Lie just to get on the circuit. And now these idiot people that come cuss people and cuss them mother and then say it's a joke. What kind of joke them thing there? So what are you doing? I'm disappointed with you, seriously. I'm disappointed with you. Right? So here we want to go now. We are going to the Rasta man who, who I always said on the other station that the man know things, but he's an opportunist. So now him come back now. I don't know what hit him head. So him revamp him something, because this is him. He know these things, but the way he put the biblical team never do that before, right? He never do that before. Cause when him go upon them other man the program, huh? You understand? Seriously. So me I say it's never too late for a shower of rain, So, but we don't want you, but still, you cap this one here, cause the original Muta Baruch this. No camouflage.
Them say,
So listen,
God
good
give
people.
them that land.
Me censor it,
The problem with that story
I'm never-
is that
make it run.
these people, no,
All right.
these people
Come in
who call themselves Israeli,
and listen every word them
claim
talk
that inheritance.
and watch carefully too.
that land flowing with milk and honey, according to them, these Israeli people claim that inheritance because them say God give them that land. The problem with that story is that these people is mostly Russians and Germans who was trying to escape a certain persecution, just like the Irish them in Ireland are run from persecution, and find themselves get stuck in the land now where the same Ishmaelite them did live on. And in 1948, so far the story come up, 1948, the British colonized the place and give the Israeli them the land. And when the Israeli them get the land, them start to move slowly but surely the people them who they will call themselves Palestinians. To the point now where they move them right to the sea coast. And these people who call themselves Israeli claim that inheritance, that land flowing with milk and honey, according to them. These Israeli people claim that inheritance because them say God give them that land. The problem with that story is that these people is mostly Russians and Germans who was trying to escape a certain persecution, just like the Irish them in Ireland are run from persecution, and find themselves get stuck in the land now where the same Ishmaelite them did live on. And in 1948, so far the story come up, 1948, the British colonized the place and give the Israeli them the land. And when the Israeli them get the land, them start to move slowly but surely the people them who they will call themselves Palestinians. To the point now where they move them right to the sea coast and block them in. So them couldn't come off through the water and them couldn't come off through the land because if I left the so-called Gaza Strip, according to them, the Gaza Strip is where them is. And if them come out of that boundary, them in Israel, and you have to have pass to go in Israel. Me and Tony Rebel go through that already. We say we want to go over to Egypt from Israel. And them say, no, the car license. This is how weird it is, When the soldier them stop up on the road and we way to Egypt, them say we can't go because we have on the wrong license plate. And them start to search we and turn we back and say we can't go over that side there because we have on the wrong license plate. So we have to turn back and we never get to go cross in Egypt. The only thing we could have do is go up on a boat and see what the matter say. There's some Moses, and there's some Moses cross the Red Sea. I'll go over there. And the matter say, it look like a place you could have just swim go over there, Yeah, anyway. We look how we are going now in this land here, where them call the Promised Land, where the three major Western religions converge. Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. And the whole of them are fight for that piece of land because them say it's the holiest place on earth. Muhammad ascending to heaven from there, so Jesus Christ get crucified there, so and the Israeli them claim the land because of God give them the land. The problem with the Israeli them is that they are created an apartheid. They have created an apartheid system in that part of the world, just like what was happening in South Africa. And when Nelson Mandela and the ANC and the PAC rose up to take back the land from the white people them. America classified them as terrorists. America classified Nelson Mandela up to nearly to him death. As a matter of fact, them banned Winnie Mandela from enter America. Maybe I will probably never know that. Winnie Mandela couldn't travel to America again because them say she involved in killing people, rubber tire them. Nelson Mandela was a terrorist. Who is a terrorist? That is why I ask the question, who is a terrorist? Because when you watch the Western media, you realize that the propaganda is so terrible and make you get so vexed that you say, how is it that CNN and all these people wasn't reporting the everyday funerals of the Palestinians them killed by Israeli soldiers and bombings in Palestine, in the Gaza Strip? Every day. When we look at the alternative news them, Democracy Now! And Al Jazeera, we say people are walk with them dead, going to bury them dead every day. Now we see the man them decide say they must organize up themselves and enter into Israel from Gaza. Serious invasion. And every news class where you look on will come out of the West. So it's the wickedest thing any group of terrorists ever do. Where them kill baby, kill old people and all them something there. When I say killing baby and thing is not a problem, but who for life matter? Who for life matter? No much babies and old people get dead by the Israeli bombing of the Gaza Strip. And nobody in the West shall not tell you that. But so where am I now? Hear the man say, they must get rid of these men who is beasts, is animals. They're going to lock off light, water, and curfew them here and going to go kill everybody who claim to be Hamas, from Hamas. Hamas is the government in Gaza Strip, But they're going to wipe out. That is what I'm saying on the TV. They're going to wipe out everybody. Or they're going to know who is Hamas from that. Because they're going to go kill people just so. Because revenge them I deal with. Revenge. That's what them I deal with. Them don't want to come to the table and say, stop move the people them further and further into the sea. Because that's what them I do. Them I push the people them take every week, every month, them take a piece of the land from the people them. And you can't fight back, because if you fight back, big America. See, big America now, send troops gone in there. No. These people who call themselves Israeli claim that inheritance. That no. These people who call themselves Israeli claim that inheritance. That land flowing with milk and honey according to them. These Israeli people. No. These people who call themselves Israeli claim that inheritance, that land flowing with milk and honey according to them. These Israeli people claim that inheritance because them say God give them that land. The problem with that story is that these people is mostly Russian. Russians and Germans who was trying to escape a certain persecution, just like the Irish them in Ireland are run from persecution, and find themselves get stuck in the land now where the same Ishmaelite them did live upon. And in 1948, it's so far the story come up, 1948, the British colonize the place and give the Israeli them the land. And when the Israeli them get the land, them start to move slowly but surely the people them who they will call themselves Palestinians. To the point now where they move them right to the sea coast and block them in. So them couldn't come off through the water and them couldn't come off through the land because fire left the so-called Gaza Strip, according to them. The Gaza Strip is where them is. And if them come out of that boundary, them in Israel. And you have to have pass to go in Israel. Me and Tony Rebel go through that already. We say we want to go over to Egypt from Israel. And them say, no, the car license. This is how weird it is, When the soldier them stop up on the road and we wait to Egypt, them say we can't go because we have on the wrong license plate. And them start to search we and turn we back and say we can't go over that side there because we have on the wrong license plate. So we'll have to turn back and we never get to go cross in Egypt. The only thing we could have do is go up on a boat and see what the matter say. There's some Moses cross the Red Sea. I'll go over there. And if I tell you, say, it look like a place you could have just swim go over there, Yeah, anyway. We look for where we are going now. In this land here, where them call the Promised Land. Where the three major Western religions converge. Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. And the whole of them have fight for that piece of land. Because them say it's the holiest place on earth. Muhammad ascending to heaven from there, so. Jesus Christ get crucified there, so. And the Israeli them claim the land because of God give them the land. The problem with the Israeli them is that they are created an apartheid, they have created an apartheid system in that part of the world. Just like what was happening in South Africa. And when Nelson
peculiar number, kind of people. There is no speech or language where their voice is not heard. No. Day after day uttered speech, night after night show with knowledge. And let me tell you now, I would like to be there. I would like to be, yeah, in this number. It's a peculiar number, kind of people in this number. It's a peculiar number, kind of people. 144,000. These are they that were sealed with the seal of the living God.
Yes, so we are say, I hope so that you get that clearly. I know say we had a problem here with the sound, and I shouldn't have play around with it, but that's what happened. So I hope it didn't take anything away from you all viewing. Yeah, and it's still African History Month, you know. Yeah, so we'll show you some Bantu, and we'll show you some people of the book. You see? Yeah, them young children there, you see, they're called children of the book. God never named nobody Jew. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're talking Bunny Israel. You see? Okay.
She loves you, man. Every note you needs you, and to know the things you did to him, it makes you wanna die. For greatest love, I've ever learned is to love and be loved in return. She loves in return. Why hate your brother, man? Do the things to please Jah. Do the right and not the right.
You see, when me as talk, say, me not understand how we are give up the line of Judah for King James. And people may have thought, say that me just a cynical, troublesome person that lost my head. You know? Selassie was crowned when it should have been, as far as me concerned, Menelik. When you read the genes and the structure that has been there, So he was crowned King of Kings of the tribe of Judah, elect by God, not elect of God, you know. Oh gosh, man, you know. So Africa as well, we give up the line of Judah for King James, everything British. And now you have all these people, them pollute themselves in America, a covert plan, all these different Hebrew, this, that, and it's gone across the Caribbean and here in England. And we would have to go out there and say, yo, hold on a minute, slow down a second, man. Let we go Abyssinia, let we go Ethiopia, let we go Coptic. You understand? Let we go Phalasha, let we go Bani Israel. And that's so much. But where's our institution? How much people want to go to Ethiopia? I have gone to Ethiopia and learned. How much people go to Ethiopia and look on Ethiopia and then turn around and say that Ethiopia are Christian and Ethiopia? No. You're left with your European, Anglo-Saxon, them mind and the Newfound and Puritan minds and go there and start, you validate what you have in the head already with what you're seeing around in Ethiopia, and you say, yeah, that's it. First, you want to start learning something about Jerusalem, and then you're going to get stuck because you're going to go straight into what is Jerusalem today for your validation. It's education we need, African people. Seriously, it's education we need. So where I say, if you don't see us, it's because we drop mortar and we drop the destruction of Gaza, and the people them are going to say, nah, you overstep your boundaries, so we're going to give you a strike. It's happening everywhere. You know what I mean? It's happening everywhere. Them shoot a person. The person shoots some persons. They didn't take the person alive. Them they shoot the person. So we don't know if, it's just like them talk about the babies, the children. And it's a young journalist, a female. And others followed her. And this is not the way we work. And people, people in these first world countries, we know that. But here what happens, when propaganda and they want to dirty somebody, they say the most despicable things. But Hamas is the legitimate, government, instituted government and ministers of Palestine. They're not terrorists. Hamas. But then again, education, where are we? But then there's some black people out there say, yo, that ain't nothing to do with them, see them Arabs. Stop your noise. You remember Bosnia? Can you recall Bosnia? Bosnia. Yeah, man. Bosnia. And what took place and how long it took. Because the people who were ill-treated, the people who were tortured, the people who were murdered, the people who were thrown out of their dwellings were Muslims. And all of them look the same. But one set of people say them are Christian. And they've been living in these areas for years. Their family, a lot of them were families. Serious thing. But some evil, something was brewed up. And the whole of the place called Austria disappeared. And these Bosnians and others. Terrible things. Ethnic cleansing. You British blacks, mate, you better know who you are and better know where you can run to. You think say football are gonna keep you? Are you stupid? Are you really stupid? Open your ears and your eyes. Pay attention to what is happening all around us. If you don't want to do something just for yourself, do it for your children. Do it for your children. Because football now work for that. Cleansing. Seriously. Seriously. And all this so-called, they don't say they're God-fearing. Them just shout out Jesus. They don't use that thing that they're God-fearing people. But they have this thing where they're saying, if this is one Christian group, if them build this thing, their Lord and Savior, Jesus, will come. And then another group saying that some other messianic person will come. And another lot saying they're going to have so many years of grace and everything. Yeah. And another lot saying that the 144,000 and the rupture, they have so much things to say. And they must say them that them can get it now. Because, you see, our mosque is at the end of this destruction. Al-Aqsa mosque is at the end, not the down of the rock. Al-Aqsa, you see it? So they want to build a temple on top of that. And this man here from America now, he might make him move now because they want to rally votes, you see? Yeah. Want to rally votes. That's it. That's what this is. They want to rally up votes. Nero spoiled himself. For him was wicked. But him tell truth. Yeah. Emperor Nero spoiled himself. But it still I met this man here nervous, so him have him and in all kind of thing. Cause him crossed there with NATO. Yes, he's persistent. Have weapons to give. So he might fight some kind of proxy war with Russia. Then it's got inflation on the earth. Now we get to understand that this Ukraine people are the major people feeding everybody. What a thing. Then with another side of them out, them say China this, China that. And all this while, and in that previous election, all that conversation about the man that's president now and him family and him friend them and that particular part of the world, and they denied it. It's so true. It's true. That's why I said, Emperor Nero tell a lot of truth. It's just that him is a bad man. You understand? Seriously. Tell a lot of truth. But sometimes you have to ask yourself, now, if Clinton was in charge, oh gosh, man, she lick it down flat. You understand? Seriously. And the woman that was working for Nero, she go on somewhere now with this situation that will take place in Palestine. The people them listen here. So the way that book was speaking and the way these people speak, can somebody tell me that God them I work with? Is God them fear? Is God them love? Is it? Nah. warmongers. And as them gone through, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 presidents or 13, there's a lot of them. Nothing a change for the Palestinian people. A lot of handshaking, a lot of smiles and everything, but a lot of people are being killed, a lot of people, properties, yes. And when Nero was talking about the wall between them and Mexico, the man there, him saw it, because he wasn't president yet. He saw what they were doing. The president before didn't say a damn word about it, and England and everybody didn't say a word. And the people were building this thing. It took them some time. You think it just happened in a day or 2 months? Apartheid wall. When them killed the journalists and everything. What a hush-hush. If they could have said that Hamas did it, they would have done so. But them and their tank run over one and the soldier them shoot up one. So, you understand? And then we had the world wake up and they saw George Floyd and them see brutality. Them see Rodney King and what? George Floyd, them say they're going to make amendments to the Constitution. Not a damn thing happened. Them just put somebody up there. They don't even make her ground talking. Them send her to Africa for confuse us. And now they're putting sanction on people that don't join their club. It's a serious problem. Oh Lord God, have mercy on us. Have mercy on us, seriously. Send your angels, which they're here already, to help. Yes, to help us. There are some people that are very cynical. They must say, you Muslim, this, that, the other. Where's your God now? Stop that. Everything that you open your mouth derogatory and say against us, which is supposed to be against us, but against Allah, you will dream and you will find yourself in fear. You see, Allah don't spank people like the thing that you are talking about. Una God seemed to be very jealous and Una God seemed to like wiping people out. And him like forgive people land, which is his, but there are other people on the land. And instead of telling the people, them say, watch out, we are going to evict you from here. Move over that side here. No. Him tell us to forget some strong people from ammonia and go there and kill everything. That's not God. That's not God. God not said nothing like that. At all. It's not that me want a God not to be like that, because that's not a God. No. God never said nothing like that. A filthy, dirty man said that. And is doing that. Could you imagine the Puritans leave England and go to the Newfoundland, which them name America? And them left here because they were persecuted and beaten up and put in prison and everything. Ill-treated badly by their own selves. And then they go to a place, and when them see that there's other people there, instead of embracing the people them, and showing how humble they are, they became more than their own people here. Their people here weren't shooting them. But it's Esau that them get gun from. Understand that, you know. And them use them same gun that them get from here and shoot the damn people, them that live in that Newfoundland that they call America today. And as them get stronger and stronger with these guns and numbers, them quarantine the people, them put them on reservation and all sort of thing like that. And the same rarity thing that happened in Palestine from the minute Britain put them people inside there. England. Who took Australia and killed all the rotted people down there? England. Who took Madagascar and deposed everybody, the population? England. England, right here, this country, them did that. Who pillaged Africa? England. Who killed enough people in Africa? Who had the biggest war and casualties in Africa, in Sudan and South Africa? England and the Boers. And we can go on and on. But the simplest thing is, we don't have no institution, so we're all saying the same thing, and we have a syllabus, and people can see that's not rhetoric, and it's not something because people are vexed. It's history. It's their history. Huh? Truthful history. But when we see it outside and about and round and about and everything else, it's just like we're mechanized, empty barrel. And that's our problem. So when them give we trinkets like Ratty Carnival and all these something, that's just to take you away from really what we meant to do. You understand? So that's the same way them put this thing in the Bible and the preacher them talk, and you think that God is the same. You see, because they make God seem to lose his way. He don't know what the hell next to do. And him say, yo, Abraham, kill the people them. Dispose of them, everybody. Now, when it was a sacrifice, God was fussy. Because the children, they with Moses, them say, yo, what type of sheep should we have? Moses go back to God and say, one that's not weaned, one that's not injured, right? Then them say, what color hair him should have? And it keep going back and forth like this until, and it meant to be a virgin sheep. And, listen here. Do you not all read? But then that God changed. Whatever there, change. It never said to Moses, listen, I'm tired of you keep coming to me, I give you some instructions. One to them people. Until they decided that they want food from heaven. And him never say, watch out, and I'm dead, then I get none from here. No. It gave them an ultimatum, some instructions as what to do on receiving this food. Yes. So everything that Jacob, children them, and their children asked for, they were awarded. But we're not talking about some Europeans. Make that they understood. These people are people who embrace what they call Judaism. And it was imperative that England do something significant to make them authentic. So Reagan, America and them work out something. And what them do? Them ship a thing called, is it David or Solomon and Moses, some expedition out of Ethiopia and bought some falashas in and among them to do what? Teach them. To teach them. So them have the culture of Bani Israel. And they didn't want those people to integrate with them. They didn't want them people to procreate and everything. No, they treated them like garbage. And there are thousands of them. And then them expel many of them. And the ones them who don't move voluntarily, them forced to leave. So all the history that people are hear about is things that the philosopher tell them about. And not something that them know. But who's saying that? A lay person that don't teach anywhere and is not part of any institution, cause we ain't got none. So nobody not go take it too serious. And plus we not go get to go into Cambridge and Oxford and have dialogues and everything, comparative studies on world history and religious knowledge, realizations. Huh? No. So we're just there, a barrel, and make some noise every now and again. And even our own people don't want to hear because whatever they've got, they've been programmed already. Yo, Bantus, we are going. Guidance. We'll come back, God willing, and we'll have to bring 3 more persons, all Europeans, scholars, one Askanaki, a Muslim, a Trinidad, yeah, I think it's from Trinidad, and then a British young scholar, and a European professor, scholar, well-traveled and well-learned. He has been speaking for years against these Zionists, and he is an Askanaki himself, but he's not of that fellowship, and he was one who uncovered these people and make institutions across America and Canada now say that they're Zionists. And because of his family and his standing, he's still here with us. Not they would have got rid of him, I feel. Because he has been speaking against their customs, against his people, but their practices. And not the practice of what's happening in Palestine now. Is that they are called Zionists. And England, King Charles, me know say he was going to get it rough, you know. But you don't have no balls. And he's the king. And I sure your mother told you, the wicked that you're going to inherit is not going to be easy. But don't be afraid of the Caribbeans and the Africans. The Caribbeans, them ball bouncers. The Africans, them run steeplechase and them run marathons. Go easy with them. You think it's joke? A gun. Yes, man, Muta Baruka. Yeah, I tell you. Oh, gosh, man. We're going to pick that apart soon. Probably Thursday, because it's a righteous piece of work. And he was on that long time, you know. But him finding way right back. And not because it sounds like it's in favor of the Palestinian. No, truth is truth. Truth is truth. You understand? So, we not beg nobody nothing, you know, but truth is truth. Because you see, when the man, they start twist them out round, they're going to come around start talking about Arab this and Arab that. You understand? and they don't have no facts on that. You understand? So you need to just look at the people them call what? Portuguese. Have a look good, man. Have a look good. You see? Yeah, have a look good. And then when you come to Egypt, examine the Hyksos. And when you come to Akhenaten, follow him all the way up to Sudan. And then relax your mind. And then ask yourself, who are these people? Just like that. And then when the Europeans used to say Sudan, that's the burnt skin. That's the Africans. That's not just Sudan, you know. It's all of us. You see? But what was important, why do you think they called us Sudanese? Sudan. The burnt skin. It's a feature really of acknowledging, semi-acknowledging Akhenaten. See? Because we who bring monotheism, the oneness of God, we not bring the Trinity and all them something there. You understand? Seriously. Akhenaten. Monotheism. And Islam is not part of no Western nothing. The three great Western religion. No, please. You understand? Because them thing you move with, and that's why you're opportunist at certain intervals. You understand? No. Christianity is European. And Judaism is European. See? Bani Israel and Islam are brother and cousin. Stop it, Bess.
And living fast, the end shall not be near. And after all these things shall come to pass, the end shall not be near. There shall be hijacking, kidnapping all over the earth. Oh yeah, hijacking, kidnapping all over the earth. Oh yeah, got to get together, yeah, 'cause the world is troubled and living ain't easy. The whole wide world is troubled. You got to